I guess for most of your lives, you remember Uncle Dick being around here. There was always something to do. There were always lots of things to do. We didn't get to do as many as I would have liked to have. This is Herschel Walker signed this for me. I'm just going to narrate some of these things as they pop up. Just a picture of the house several years ago. And this next item, Nicholas and I were out. I was trying to teach him how to play golf, and we just happened to run into Harvey Glass, the Olympic gold medalist in the 100-yard dash. John was in band then. I was awfully pleased with that. Very handsome in his uniform. And I had rediscovered the flea market, which was a ton of fun. Still enjoy it, although it's not quite what it used to be. And then there was Nicholas's missives at Christmas. We always look forward to those. I suspect he's about at the point now where he's going to give them up. Some of the plays you guys were in. Joe, I think you were in this. May have helped in it. And the ones we went to see. West Side Story's always been among my very, very favorite plays. And then all of a sudden, the Braves finally win the World Series. What a thrill that was. It was great to see that finally happen. Joe and John hamming it up for the camera here. I'm not sure if there was an occasion involved, but it's interesting. This is the parlor right after we got that piano, and that also is a story involving Crazy Gordon. Joe and John's class schedules. I assume y'all did okay that year. This is an early picture of Nicholas in football. I assume probably 9th grade. And I know y'all will find this hard to believe, but my shop was relatively clean at one point. You can see the floor. And that shop has put out a lot of stuff for us over the years. Here's a rainmaker. That was an interesting play. John did a good job. Everybody did a good job in that, even old Ben Hartel. Then the Olympics come to town, and that truly was something special. We'll certainly never see them back in Athens again, but it was fun while they were here. And there are a few stories of the Olympics I need to tell at some point. Clark Central's been a large part of all our lives for the last many years. And Joe was first to graduate in '97. I think that Central has done a pretty good job preparing you boys for life, if nothing else. Phantom of the Opera. Just thoroughly loved that, and to see it at the Fox. This is John's horn section. Clark Central's band was much bigger back then than it is now. And this is Nicholas hitting a home run. I cannot remember the school. It was one of those huge ones over in Atlanta. Of course, they're all huge over in Atlanta. And John graduates in '99, and Nicholas will follow in 2001. And Nicholas goes on to play baseball down at Georgia College. John stars in South Pacific, which was just excellent. Thoroughly enjoyed that. He did a wonderful job. And then Joe does something really special. He finds Catherine. She comes into our lives, and she's like that daughter we never had. It's awful wonderful to find someone like that, to bring them in. All the warmth and laughter she brings. And just a couple of years after that, she brings us Bela. What a magnificent blessing grandchildren are, and Bela is certainly a superb one. Then Pat turns 50. We go touring in the stretch limousine. And not too terribly long after that, Belay's brother Angus shows up. And you think that kids are all just kids and they don't have the same personalities, or that they do have the same personalities, but that's definitely not true. Both these fellas have just wonderful sense of who they are, and it's great for all of us. And Nicholas graduates from Georgia College, and very, very proud of him. It was a great day. And now all of a sudden there's that precious little Hugo. What a wonderful and beautiful little baby. And then most recently, your mother gets a doctorate. That's something to be pretty dang proud of. Well, guys, it seems like the years have just flown past. You're all grown men now with lives and responsibilities of your own. To this point, you've turned out pretty good, and I'm sure that going forward, you will continue to make your mother and I proud. It's always important to know where you're going, but it's also important to remember where you came from, and that you are blessed to have two brothers. It's also important to keep having fun. Laugh from your soul as often as you can. It helps keep you young. This has come to an end much quicker than I would have liked. I haven't even begun to skim the surface of memories of you, your mother, my parents, your mother's parents, and 1,000 other things. But I do promise to work on it. I've loved you and your mother to the best of my ability, but I guess in the end I don't know what kind of shadow I cast. In truth, I suppose I really can't be the judge of that. I've lost more than a step or two in the last few years, but I've retained the ability to laugh with you and at myself, and I continue to be one of the luckiest men in the world. Wait a minute, I almost forgot something very important. Yeah, it's important to laugh with others and laugh at yourself, but it's more important to laugh at Kathy. And in this picture, I think there's no question, Kathy, homie the clown. Coincidence? I think not.